Okay, so we're just going to do console and VTY lines. Simple enough, right? And so, first things first, show IP interface brief, exclude down, got that. Show run section line, nope, there's no section, line. Okay, so none. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, cool. Show run section line. Gotta stay focused. Okay, cool. That's the defaults. Somebody was messing with that other one. I don't know who that could have been. All right, so transport import none is the default, and this is, I believe, like it's a GNS3 image. It's iOS 15.7. Okay, so this one transport input none. Yep. All right, so first things first, let's see what happens if we try to telnet with these settings. It's got the login command on the V2I lines, but if you notice, that requires a password be set. There is no password set. And transport input's none, so it's just gonna refuse. Boom, connection refused. All right, so if we go ahead and we go conft line VTY04 transport inputs. Let's just do all because we're doing SSH also. Transport input all. All right, so password required but not set. So wait a minute. Let's. All right, super serial. Okay. What? Oh no. That's all the stuff you can see when you're. It's a nice amount though, right? Okay, enough of that. So no enable set, password required but not set. So enable password 1, 2, 3. And yay! It's right there on VTY line 0 from location 10.0 to 0.2. Right? So cool. Why did I do that? Nope, that's not what we want. Boop. Right? Try to just throw as many of that stuff in there as I can. All right, so we saw that needs the what's that password? Which if you do an enable password like that, let's give it a sec. There it goes. Clear text. You can use service password encryption, which will make it a type 7, which is very weak encryption. There are lots of websites. You can just paste it in, it'll crack it for you. So you normally want to use enable secret. But this is just a little lab to just point out some of the nuances. I enjoy it. This is enjoyable. All right, so that was how we get our telnet going. Now, if you were try to let's go ahead and configure SSH. So IP domain name, okay, then username Bob super serious. Let's make them 15. Never, don't forget that. Privilege 15, which means also, so quick thing. So privilege 15, when you log in, you'll be right at exec mode. Privilege 1, you'll log into user mode, have to enter the enable password, then be able to go to exec mode. So okay, so secret, that looks familiar. And then crypto generate RSA. I believe it's a key of 768 or better for SSH version 2. By default, as soon as you do that, it'll pop on SSH 1.99, which is 1 and 2 together. All right, cool. So we've got that going, and show run section line. What do we got? And also, if you want to check, you can do show control plane host open ports. Right there we go. Boom. So that's another way you can check to go ahead and make sure, see what ports you're listening on. To see if you, because if you're having problems and you're trying to troubleshoot why you can't get a certain connection or something, you want as many show commands you can to narrow it down. Show run shows a lot of stuff, but you're not gonna see that there. So all right, so SSH, which always remember these options are here for changing the port, which I'm gonna do a video down the line about that, because I know that sometimes people like to have you want to reach your device remotely. But the thing is, no matter what you open up, you don't really want to use default ports because you can find out the hard way. You can just take people's word for it. All right, but this one we don't need to do anything like change the cipher, or which you might have to do between Cisco devices. Like my router main one is a 1941, and I tried to SSH from this device to that one. It wasn't supported. Had to change the cipher being used. But let's continue. And then 10.0.0.1. Password. What's Bob's? Man, what was that? Well, let's see. I think it was just packet. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. It's going to ask for Bob's password. Close. Come on. What's the deal here? Where is it at? Might have used the wrong debug command. So, you all IP SSH. Is it detail? Oh, it seems like a lot for so little. Yep. Okay. This is the one I meant to. Using right here. Bam. Using method password. You can't do that. It's not gonna let you. So debugs are fun, but I wouldn't. If you don't need to, just use your show commands. And then so we need to go to line VTY04. And what we're doing is we're going to do a login local, local password checking. Use a local database and just changing that one thing. Boom. Let's go. 60123. And who am I? Yeah, we did it. Cool. Awesome. And of course, the user was level 15. So if you saw when he got in, didn't have to enter enable at all. I'm gonna make a different video. I made a blog post about the privilege levels and how you can you basically would use them to sort of have this nice control over the access someone has, and that's where the enable seat like enable secrets and then level and then you dictate a level 1 through 15. So level 0, which basically you can't do anything. Level 1, so that's why you see level 1 would be user exec, and then level 15, that's where you would come in at exec privilege mode. Anything in between, you basically just you would make and assign yourself, and that would dictate what they could do. And you especially would use you can use a server. You can also use the local router itself. It just depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to do. And then you can also use something called views that's a lot more granular. I would say they're on par with using the server as far as granularity goes on what you're able to dictate as far as what's allowed and what's not allowed, and specific commands too. So it actually there's it's a lot of cool stuff. I enjoyed learning about that. And but let's get back to it. So okay, we got login local, cool. Transport input all, and then on the line count 0, we got transport output none. Telnet connections are not permitted from this terminal. Okay, and then what do we have over here then? Show run section line. It's just, I guess it's just on all. Just like, hey, you can do whatever you want. So line con 0 port output. So cool. So then I wonder if we're going to have that same problem if I try to. Oh, I didn't set it up on. So, yeah, I didn't set up on this one. All right, so, oh, look at that. We're already here. Let's transport input. Oh, I'm on the wrong lines. I guess that's why exit is so important. And confirm. All right, transport output. Telnet. Transport input. All. And then transport output. Specify the preferred protocol to use. That one, I'll try with that one. Sometimes I'm a hit or miss if I remember exactly, but I know it's not really as important as it would seem to be. So transport output, and we'll just make it telnet for now. Okay. So show run section line. I know this all seems dumb, but it eventually there's a reason. All right, so transport input all, transport output telnet. So if I just go to 10.0.0.1. All right, cool. And then I telnet to, if I spell it right. Well, at least we got there. So, all right. So, run section line. And of course, we have, well, let's just get this one up to par, anyways. Name Bob for 15. Secret Cisco. Cool. And then 9TDY04. And then what are we doing? Login local. Okay. Let's see. Line section line. All right, cool. Logging synchronous, which I put that on because if you don't, you're not gonna have a good time. Believe me, just throw that command on, logging synchronous. It makes it so it'll put you on that next line, so you won't be jumbled with a bunch of stuff. Especially if you throw like a debug command on or a lot of activities going on. All right, so we go here, and what's it looking like? Oh, he's right here. So there we go. Logging synchronous, transport output none. So that means if I nothing. All right. And then transport output none. Right? Cool. And then so transport preferred. I thought I set that on here. Was it on this one? Transport preferred none. So let's go ahead and we'll SSH. Oh wait, did I? Oh. Yeah, I guess I need to. So used to all this freedom. All right, and then so it said transport, because we're on the lines right now. So it should be transport preferred is none, transport input all, and transport output should be all too by default. So if we go to nothing, doesn't even know. It's like, I don't even know what you tried to do here. That's not even making any sense. It's right there. Transport preferred, none. So I wonder if we go over here, IoT, find VTY 04, transport preferred, telnet. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes. Make sure I know where I'm at. It's like when you RDP into multiple things, it's like, hey, where am I? I need to know. Of course, in Windows, it'd be, oh no, you could use a who am I host name. Anyways, telnet. Cool. Now, what if we. I don't think that would work though, because that wouldn't even make any sense for it to work. So if I did. Yeah, let's telnet, right? Yeah, I think that's just. Well, at least we get an idea of what it's supposed to do. So, how about we just leave it one last try? Let me. No, that wouldn't. Yeah, if there is one, I don't know what it is. So, just gonna let it go. Transfer preferred none. And then so that way, if we type some random address, just like it doesn't care. So that's what that's for. If you ever run into a question and it's like, oh, I never even thought about that. It's like that's what that is. And so, okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it makes when I'm doing it, it seems like, hey, no, that seems unnecessary. And that's where there's a point. It's not gonna seem like a most grandiose thing, but something that just like, oh, that's what that's for. Trying to just trying to hone my craft. Okay, make sure see who's on the lines. Okay. All right. So log in local, and enable passwords. We set. Oh no. Okay. So show run pipe section. No. Enable. Cool. It's the reason I did that. So disable. Enable the like when the default enable when you don't specify a level. That's going to be Cisco 123, and then show printers. So disable enable one is just this. This is just it's just user exec mode. That's it. That's what level one is. So if you make a user with level one, every time they log in, this is what they'll be met with. So and I guess I'll do that in a different video, but I don't want to make this one long. So it's just that one. And so I guess after that, because that was console and VTY, I'm going down the exam objectives. And then so the next ones will be Telnet, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, SCP, and TFTP. We'll be using the same topology. So thank you for your time. Bye bye.